I remember thinking back when enduring the original 50 Shades of Grey that it would have been a lot better if it had been a lot worse. If director Sam Taylor Johnson had embraced the fact that she was directing a film based off of rewritten Twilight fanfiction, written on a BlackBerry by a woman using the pen name Snowdragon Ice Queen. I certainly wouldn't have let legendary composer Danny Elfman within 1,000 miles of the Goran thing. But that was 2015, and I'm sure new director James Foley, and I do mean new, he's never directed a film before, will be able to embrace this film's inner trash. What's that? It's been adapted for the screen by E.L. James' husband, Niall Leonard, who, according to IMDb, hasn't worked since 2013 when he adapted something called Air Force One is Down? At least tell me Danny Elfman has been moved to a safe location. Bugger. Well, at least the runtime has gone down from 128 minutes to 118 minutes. Sometimes small mercies are all that a critic can ask for. At least Wikipedia, IMDb, and my own watch and phone tell me it lasted 118 minutes. In my head, it lasted until the final one of these is due out on February 9th, 2018. Because this thing is dull. Mind-bogglingly, incredibly, amazingly dull. You could teach a class on this thing because it's a masterclass in how not to make a film. This is I just can't. I'm sorry. This is a thing in which enough stuff happens that there could be half a dozen interesting films made. A couple getting back together, a mad stalker, a helicopter crash, a man overcoming abuse he suffered as a child. Any two or even one of these could make for a good film. Hell, they have led to good films. But every single time that something potentially interesting happens, it lasts about 30 seconds and then is never mentioned again. Because the thing thinks that we are interested in the central couple played by a bored-looking Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson, who looks permanently embarrassed that she's appearing in this drock. They're back together in the first 15 minutes, and then the film enters a holding pattern for the next million years. They don't really fight, they don't really talk, we learn a little about Dornan's cardboard cutout and nothing at all about Johnson's. They have a lot of sex, but it's not sexy in the slightest. If they had chemistry on a par with Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway, then I could buy a film full of silences and looks. Hell, if they looked like they enjoyed being in the same room as each other, there might have been something here. Instead, they just looked awkward the entire time. And the dialogue, my god, the dialogue, it's just horrific. I would have cut so many lines from this, except it would not have made the finished product any better other than to make the runtime maybe 15 minutes shorter. I certainly wouldn't have lost any valuable information about the characters. 50 Shades Darker is a dull, plodding exercise in seriousness that would be better if it was worse. There are half a dozen interesting things that do happen, but they have absolutely no effect on the central pieces of cardboard. It's sexual but not sexy, glossy to look at but completely empty, with nothing to reward a viewing in any way, shape or form. And as far as I'm concerned, there is no reason to see this film when the story of O and Secretary are easier to track down online, have similar plots and are of infinitely higher quality. This is a fire film, guys. Don't go near it under any circumstances. But what did you guys think, and what do you think has been the worst book to film adaptation? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, this has been A Dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.